Boeing or Airbus?
I like...
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Table for Two, and this is episode 3.
And today's topic, we're going to talk about Boeing and Airbus and planes.
Yeah, planes in general.
Yeah.
So, there are two main planes in the market right now.
Yeah.
Boeing and Airbus.
Yeah.
They have like a fierce rivalry against each other, and if one makes a really good plane, the other one can lose a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that happened between Boeing and Airbus several times.
Yeah.
So let's start off with the history of like the jet plane. So Boeing made their first jet plane, or like a jet plane is a plane that has like a jet engine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like they made their first jet plane in 1957. So that's almost like
I think that was the Boeing 707.
707.
Yeah,
That's how people
707.
call it. So, the 707 was Boeing's first jet engine plane, and it had four
engines.
which were really inefficient for this time.
Because,
But
there's smoke coming out from it. I think.
now, like, when you see videos of 707, like, takeoff and stuff, you can, like, see the black smoke trail behind the 707, and that's pretty inefficient engine.
Yeah.
So, the Boeing 707 was released in 1957, and it became a pretty popular plane, and it was pretty nice. But then the last one retired in about the 2000s or 2010s.
Yeah. Because it was like 50 years old.
Yeah, and it was pretty old and stuff. No one really wanted to use it anymore. So then,
And then next came the 727.
yeah, the 727 was like, it had 3 engines, so that was an improvement from
Yeah,
the...
so like 2 engines on the wing, like always, and then 1 engine on like the tail.
Yeah, that's like the McDonnell Douglas. And the
Yeah.
McDonnell Douglas, I don't know if I'm saying that right, it also has 3 engines, and you can actually see the 3-engine plane to this day. A lot of FedEx planes use the McDonnell Douglas, or like people call it DC-10. They use that plane for FedEx and cargo.
Yeah.
So then came
The 737 or 747?
737.
Wait, so the 737 is older than the 747?
Yeah.
Huh?
It came in 1967. And what's weird about this Boeing naming scheme is like first they went from 707. That's pretty normal. Then they jumped ahead to 727.
Then 737, 747.
And then the 767. And then the 757.
Yeah.
And then the
777.
the 777.
And then
the 717. Like
what?
Like why did they do that?
And then the 787. And then
Yeah.
probably 797.
Yeah. So then the 737 was a narrow-body jet that was launched back in 1967, and it's still being produced today, which is like over like 50 years of production, which is really cool. Then came the 747. Oh, also the 737 is the Boeing plane with the most fatalities, like fatal crashes, and there's about 200 Boeing 737 fatal crashes.
Yeah, there's also this Boeing 737-100.
Yeah.
It was so short.
Yeah, that was the first 737, and that was really short plane. And the cockpit is all like complicated with all these buttons and dials.
Yeah.
Nowadays, if you like see a 737-800,
There's like 4 screens.
Stop interrupting me.
Like big ones.
Shh.
Oh man, I'm just this.
Okay. The 737 now is really modern and stuff. It's kind of like the 787.
Yeah. And then next came the 747, which is the queen of the skies.
Yeah, it's really famous for its
hump. But nowadays the hump became bigger to fit more passengers.
So first came the 747-100, which had the small hump, and then
like
200.
it only had like 4 windows.
Yeah.
Windows.
Yeah. So first came the 747-100, then the 200, 300. Wait, I don't know if there's a 300. And then 400, and then the Dash 8 and the 8i.
The 8i is the newest one.
Yeah. So gradually, the 747 hump has expanded much more. So now, like, if you see a Lufthansa 747-8i, you can see its hump, like, extends throughout half of the plane compared to, like, 1/4 like before. Next, also, the Boeing 747 is really great for cargo. The cockpit is on the top, which makes it easy for the cargo planes to hinge their nose up, and then...
Hey, wait, what was the first Airbus plane?
We're gonna talk about that later. So, as you can see, here's a United 747. Pretend that it's a cargo plane.
Yeah.
So the nose actually came up, so that it had a lot of space for cargo to go in. So that's how the 747 is really useful for cargo.
Yeah.
The 747 cargo versions also have a smaller hump, which is understandable because they don't really have passengers at all.
And also, there's some windows like in front of the cockpit, which is really cool.
Yeah, there's like seats in front of the cockpit, so that's a pretty cool experience to try.
Yeah.
Next came the 767. So, don't say it.
7.
Okay, next came the 767, which is kind of like a cool plane, but it's also pretty forgotten nowadays. The only airlines that really operate it nowadays are like Delta.
Yeah, and the 767 is just a wannabe 777.
Yeah, so like
it's just a minier version. It just has 2 landing gears on each side.
Yeah, so like the 767 is just a 777, but like taken down a little bit. It has it has a double bogey landing gear system, and it also has a APU like every other plane, and the nose is pretty similar to the 777 though, so that's cool. Other than that, the 767 is just like cargo and Delta basically, so we don't really have much to say about the 767. It's also wide body with the 2-4-2 configuration, making it the second wide body Boeing has built after the 747. Next came the 757, and it's known as the pencil plane because it's long. Especially the 757-300, yeah. It's really long, and it looks like shtick, basically.
A stick in the air, flying.
Yeah. So, like, 757, like, now it's operated by United, Delta, and, like, no one else. The 757 it also has massive winglets, like the 767.
Yeah, and then next came the 777.
Oh, wait. Yeah, next came the 777 after the 757, and, like, yeah, the Boeing naming scheme is pretty weird, too. Next came the 777, which is my favorite airplane.
And mine, too.
No, I thought it was the A350. Okay.
Yeah, this is the A350.
Okay. So the 777 is like a 767 on steroids. It has a really cool looking APU. It has basically the 767 nose. It's also kind of used for cargo, but it's mainly used for passengers. Sadly, the 777 is done with production in 2024.
Yay!
No. But don't worry, the 777X is coming, and that will continue production of the 777. So that's pretty good.
And the next is the 787.
Wait. We're not done with the 777 yet. It has a triple bogey landing gear system.
Because of the 777.
And it's also considered one of the safest planes in history. It had 8 crashes, though. 7 of which were fatal. Okay, why are you smiling? Okay.
Next is the 787. This is how it looks like. It has a nice curved wing.
Yeah.
And then huge engine like the 767. 777?
Yeah. Yeah, so the Boeing 787 is called the Dreamliner because like it's a really luxurious type of plane, and its wings like
it also has
bend
dimming
like really.
Hey, don't bend it.
Okay.
It also has dimming windows on like the new.
Yeah. So the 787 also introduced dimming windows. It was launched back in 2004, and it had its first flight in 2009. So it's a little bit. It's kind of getting old a tiny bit.
It's 21 years old.
Yeah, that's pretty old.
Pretty old.
Yeah. So the 787 is operated by many airlines around the world, but sadly, the 787 had its first crash with Air India.
Of course.
What? Ryan, what? Ryan, we have to. This guy is kind of weird, so like, don't pay attention to him that much. Rest in peace to the victims of Air India Flight 171.
And there is also one survivor.
Yeah.
And one crash.
Yeah. So then, what is there about the 787 that's like not the 777?
It just copied all the other planes.
Yeah. Now let's talk about Airbus planes. Airbus planes are also really cool. The first Airbus plane was the A300.
What is that?
It's a plane.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a plane. So the A300 was launched who knows when, and it was Airbus's first jet engine plane, or first plane.
Wait, when was it released? Like,
I forgot. Okay.
of course you did.
Now you can look it up if you want to, or like.
Don't waste your time.
Okay, so the Airbus A300 was supposed to compete with Boeing, and then Airbus came out along with the A320, the A310, the A350, the A340, the A330, and A380. And the A380 is a 747 competitor, and I like to call it the king of the sky. The A380. Are you even paying attention, bro? Okay. So the A380 has a full double-decker layer. So like that's pretty cool. It's also has like a lot of nice suites on the top floor. There's like they're basically like a room.
And also the first class is like so good. You have a screen here, another one there for your seat recline. Like it's a very good like reclining thing. It's so comfortable. They give you caviar. Oh.
Yeah.
And the bathroom also has a shower. It's so big.
Yeah, the bathroom's like pretty big.
Yeah.
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 What? So then there's like the A320, which is like a really popular plane. It's Airbus's most popular plane, and it's designed to compete with the 737. I personally like the 737 better, but
yeah, because it looks better.
Yeah, it looks way better. I'm sorry. If there's Airbus fans, like please don't be mad at us, but we like Boeing better. Do you like Boeing better?
I like Airbus.
Okay. So, I like Boeing better, but I like the A380 better than the Boeing 74. Okay. Bro, stop! What the heck? Okay. Yeah. So then there's the A330, which is like used.
It looks ugly.
I'm sorry. Don't listen to this guy. He's kind of crazy. The Airbus A330 is also a wide body. It competes with the 787, kind of. No, the A350. The A350 competes with the 787.
Wait, what competes with the 747?
It's pretty obvious. It's the A380.
I mean, no, this 777.
It's either the.
I think it's the A340.
Yeah. The A340 is a 400 plane.
But it's really forgotten.
Yeah, like, not many airlines use it except, like, Lufthansa.
Well, how about the A321?
That's also big.
Same.
A320, yeah.
How about the A319?
That's short.
A30?
That doesn't exist.
Wow.
This guy is kind of like really. Okay. So that pretty much wraps our topic about airliners and commercial planes.
Yeah.
So I hope you enjoy. I hope you guys
enjoyed our topic.
I hope you guys enjoyed our topic.
Yeah.
And we will see you around.
Hey.
What?
Subscribe to my channel.
Yeah, subscribe to our channel. It's not your channel.
I created it.
No, I created it.
Start an argument, please.
Okay.
And also, check out my Baldi's Basics video.
Yeah, which only got 4 views, but it's fine. So, like, subscribe to Ryu's Randomness down below, and we will see you next time.
And like this video.
Yeah, bye.
Make us hit 60 subscribers.
Yeah, we really want 60 subscribers.
Yeah.
Bye.
Also, subscribe to Eddie's Ultimate Gaming and Funny Fangs Gaming.
No.
Hey.